That's the title.
Okay.
Um, and it's basically two people who lived so close but never interacted, never met each other until they were adults, even though they were born in the same hospital within days of each
Mm,
other. They lived very close. Maybe they were in two separate high schools in the same town. They were all in the same spots, but never met each
mhm.
other until they came back from a trip out of the country and were on the same plane together. Is kind of where
Okay.
I'm starting that whole story. And
I
it's
like that
based,
premise. That's good.
yeah. And it's actually based on my aunt. My aunt actually had a similar experience. She grew up a couple
Okay.
towns away, but same, in Northwest Indiana. Um, the man she married, actually, she was coming home from a trip from Germany, which is where she actually got to go on a class trip because my grandfather worked at the high school there in Portage. So she
Okay.
got to benefit from that.
I
So
like that.
on the flight home, she met the man who she wound up marrying, and it was just the loveliest inspiration for what Once Upon the Same Day is going to be.
I like that a lot. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
All
So
right.
yeah,
So have you written a lot of that fiction or no?
I've written a lot of it. I have yet to start the editing process on it. But I've got a lot of it in my computer, along with a bunch of other stories I have in my head and outlines for, and yeah,
It sounds like you have a writer's heart, writer's brain, like just always, there's always a story in there that wants to be written.
kind of so. I kept it pushed down for a long time. I focused my writing, in the work world for a long time. When those gates opened up last year, I've got a whole list of in my phone of, ooh, here's another idea for a story. Ooh, here's another idea for a story. And some of them I've started working on. Some of them are just ideas floating out there that I'll get to. The hardest part is to slow down and focus on just one story. And I had someone tell me back last spring, do that. Slow down. Take your time. You don't have to write them all at once because part of you wants to.
Right. I mean, you can, if you work better doing pieces at a time, like do what's best for you. That's one of the things I've learned is like a lot of experts have a lot of ideas on how things need to be done. Or like when I talk to writing professionals, some are like YouTube, YouTube, YouTube. Another one's blog, blog, blog. And the difference is like YouTube worked for that person, blogging worked for that person, Amazon is working for this other person, but they're the variable in the story. And so you have, like, I've had to figure out what works for me and what's best for me because it's not, all journeys are not the same. And so if you write better, like in pieces, then I would say just write it in pieces.
And that's
You have
kind
my
of
permission.
where I started off with because I think it must just be a product of the age we're in. But,
Mm.
we're just so easily distracted and we're, taught we do one thing for a little bit, we do another thing for a little bit, we do another, so I tend to write that way. I'll write, this bit of a story this day because I'm in the mood for romance, this bit of a story another day because I'm in the mood for, science fiction. And so I do
Hmm.
tend to kind of jump around in my ideas and thoughts.